solution engineering teams at Oracle represent thousands of individuals, all needing access to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Services to build solutions for demonstration, perform proof of concept, and customer workshops.
Due to complexity of deploying applications in cloud to meet security and business requirements, a lot of manual interventions are needed.
At Oracle, we were spending 35 to 45% of our monthly cloud consumption bill in maintenance of resources to meet SLAs. Additionally, 60% of our operational requests were repetitive in nature. We needed a way to ensure timely responses to meet business SLAs of the organization. The automated enterprise portal solution we built and deployed lets us achieve significant business and operational improvements. It significantly reduces manual intervention, decreases our time to respond while increasing security at a much reduced operational cost. All this while providing effective enforcement of industry and organizational best practices.
Our solution impacts multiple stakeholders: administrators, operations, and end users. We looked into the various functions and usage patterns of each of these stakeholders and developed a solution that automates and manages critical functions when it comes to OCI resources. Let me quickly walk you through all the three personae. Let's talk about users. From an end user perspective, this enterprise portal solution is essentially a business and technical service catalog that gives users a jump start to their cloud usage by reducing the time required for configuration and deployment. Let's go into the solution marketplace to take a view of it. Now, let us take an example. For example, while deploying a complex application like Kubernetes, customers usually request specific use cases for these kind of deployments. Typically, a solution engineer would set up a network and compute components, install all the relevant components like node pools, etc., and configure the environment before starting to develop the POC. With our solution, these steps are completely automated with just a click of a button. The end user gets a pre-configured environment with all the installed packages within 15 to 20 minutes, a process that typically takes hours, probably a day or a couple of days. With this deployment, it will shorten the overall timeline for the POC. Thus far, we have built out the service catalog to include EBS, JDE, PeopleSoft, Siebel, Oracle Database, Linux, Kubernetes, Windows, and few custom configurations. Now let us see how we can deploy an application. So, if I take Kubernetes for example, just click on the request button and fill in the details like the region in which we have to deploy this, availability domain, and few other components like the shape name and few basic details for the Kubernetes like cluster name, node pool, name prefix, and the image that we have to use for node pool, and number of node pools for a subnet, and the total number of node pools. Once we do this, click on the run script. This should help us deploy the Kubernetes cluster automatically. Now let's talk about the next role, which is system administrator. A system administrator is responsible for the upkeep, configuration, and steady operation of service in a tenancy. Our enterprise portal helps a system admin by deploying a reliable environment every time the product is spun up. For example, deploying Oracle's e-business suite is an extremely popular architecture environment to deploy on OCI. If an EBS instance is deployed through the portal, the deployment scripts ensure that the server is automatically patched with the latest patch level, as well as detecting system vulnerabilities by monitoring the security lists with a wide IP range or firewall ports. Now let us come to the last role that we are discussing, the operations team. So, the operation team is responsible for the routine maintenance of the environment and ensures adherence to the organization's policies and manages security and user access. Our enterprise portal helps automate these operational tasks by scrolling through the OCI environment to find instances that do not meet. Example, tagging policy requirement as defined by the organization and takes appropriate action to either shut down or terminate those non-compliant instances. It also provides a single window view to multiple tenancies that a customer may have subscribed to, allowing them to see their overall environment spent across a variety of usage and inventory aspects, including compute, network, storage, databases, identity, and compartments. So let's see a small peek into how this works. For example, if an operational user logs into the portal so that they can go into reports and billing and click on inventory and choose the tenancy for which they wanted to see the inventory and pick the date and click on submit, which will give a high level view of how many virtual machines have been provisioned and the number of boot volumes and the number of block volumes that exist in the particular tenancy. Similarly, we can see the details of network like the number of VCNs, number of subnets, and other network components that are provisioned in this particular tenancy. And same goes for other components such as database, identity, compartments, and object storage. I can dig a level deeper to see the details of all these virtual machines where I just click on the number of virtual machines and it should give me the details of all the virtual machines that are provisioned in this particular tenancy. The Oracle Cloud has revolutionized the way we do our solution engineering business today. The cloud is dynamic, ephemeral, and delivers agility at scale. Having a clear picture of what's running on the cloud is critical for controlling cost, increasing security, and optimizing resources. And all of this needs to be done faster, better, and more efficiently.
The enterprise portal solution that we built and deployed to manage our solution engineering environments just does that. It manages the components of your tenancy in real time and optimizes cost by eliminating manual interventions and improves security. It optimizes your resources where you need them when you need them. It protects your cloud by providing unified governance, security, compliance, and reinforces the best practices across all functions.